Alright, what's going on, guys? George here, and today we're going to be working on the 240 again. Super excited. I've always been like a big wing guy. I've had this like plastic Rocket Bunny lip spoiler. So I've had this for like 2 years, and I didn't really want to go bigger than this because I thought like huge wings on like stock body cars kind of look weird. Especially when I used to have like a by 7 with like a 205 on it, and it would just look really like not like the vibe was a wing. Or a big wing. So now that I have the 17 by 9 and it's looking like the fender's a little more filled in and kind of like gives the car like a wider stance, I think a wing wouldn't look as bad. So I always looking on Facebook for the deals, and I finally found a decent deal. So I got a Big Country Labs Atmosphere Demolisher. This is the 1700 millimeter long version. I know they came out with the 1850 millimeter long version, which is what I like really want to get. But I got a deal on this. It's like plasti dip and like someone sanded the uprights, but I got it for 300 bucks. I think it was a pretty good deal. It came with it has actually the 240 uprights, or the mounting pieces for the 240, and it comes with like the extra large end plates. So I think I got a pretty good deal. And like worst case scenario, I don't like it, I can definitely get what I paid for it or more for it if I want to sell it. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off the plastic Rocket Bunny wing I have right now. We're going to stick on the Big Country Labs wing and see how it looks. So I just put the uprights on. You can see where someone sanded them. I don't know if they like had plasti dipped them or something, or maybe I think maybe they came black or they were painted black. I don't know. So we'll see about that. Just putting these on so I can put these supports onto here, and then figure out where I have to put the holes in the car. But it seems like the holes are going to be like right next to these, which is really annoying because I don't know, it's not going to be super secure, I think, because I'm probably going to have to cut these rib nuts off for it to sit flat because the plate's going to go over there. So yeah, the next mission. So this is essentially going to have to sit like this on the rear, and the wing mounts up there. So it's kind of, I might not have to grind it off, but we'll see. I kind of am more of a fan of the coming out of the actual trunk instead of like hanging off the back like this, but I don't know, we'll see how it looks and might become a fan of it. So I got the wing mounted up, and I did take off this end plate because it sounded like there was a thing inside of it. I don't know if it was like a broken bolt or something, but it sounded like something was like jostling around inside of it. It might have just been me, and it was just another bolt moving. But I got it mounted up, kind of. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of these. I don't know, like, I understand like it's like built around like the trunk, and like it's gonna probably have more support because of that. But I kind of don't know how I feel about like the look of it just like hanging out the back. I kind of like the traditional like GT wing style where it comes and it's kind of like resting straight up over the trunk, or at least like this mount being on the trunk and it coming back like this. But this is what I got. I can always buy another set of these mounts and just put it up here if I wanted to do that ever. But yeah, so I'm gonna throw a couple more bolts into it, and I do have the bigger end plates. They're like the extra large ones, so it'll look something like that. So I'm gonna definitely throw this one on because I kind of like that look. So, and also I have the wing right now at like the most aggressive like slant forwards, which is kind of ignorant, but I also kind of like it. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with it a little bit and see what I like. So I've got the end plates on, and they're not as secure as I would have hoped. There's like a gap in between. I don't know if like the place, like the thing they mount into is like backed out a little bit. I might take this off and kind of grind that down so it can be like flush against this flat piece, so it has a little more support than like this, because it kind of wants to do a little thing. And then you can see, because I believe this, like everything comes black, I think. I might double check that, but I think everything comes black. So someone like sanded this with like a really low grit, because it just like tore apart the aluminum here. So I don't know if I might just sand it with like a much higher grit and smooth it out, because it's not going to rust or anything because it's aluminum. But I know, and I kind of am a fan of the silver, but we'll see. And then the actual wing was plasti dip, and I'm kind of afraid to know why it was plasti dip, because I'm pretty sure it's black normally, so I don't know if someone like messed it up or something underneath, but I don't know. Might be a quest for another day. And then yeah, so all the hardware kind of just looks like, but especially the hardware that I use, which is just random M6 by 1.0 hardware. I should probably have bigger hardware in it, to be honest, so that might be the next thing. That's just all I had a bunch of because I wanted to just kind of put it on and see how it looked. And like right here, like I only have 2 bolts when there really should be 4. So it's not really permanently mounted, but it looks really funny. Like it's hard to, like the highest point on the car is the wing, which is kind of cool. So I definitely really like it. I'm excited to kind of take the car outside when it's bright tomorrow and get a look at it, maybe drive around a little bit. And I do, again, have the actual deck at like the most aggressive angle forwards just because, I don't know, just like looking at it, I thought that would be like the best way to do it. I might mess around with it because it has the ability to adjust right here, so I can bring the back of it down a little bit. And then there's just like another destroying of the hatch. This hatch has been ruined, it's all bent up. Has these riv nuts from the Rocket Bunny style wing, and what was nice about this, it covered up everything. Like all of these holes were covered up except for like this one. Like everything else was covered up, which was kind of cool. But now they're kind of exposed, so definitely, oh gosh, shouldn't have opened that. So many bugs flew in with all the lights in here. So yeah, definitely like it. Definitely worth the $300. I really want the 1850mm long version, but we'll settle for this. If I find a used one of those decks, I can always grab it. But yeah, pretty cool. Glad I got it. And we'll see tomorrow when I can go outside and kind of get a better feel for what it looks like. And I am very curious if it's actually going to create any downforce, because it's going to have to, because there's kind of like a lip and it's really high up. I don't know if it's going to like do anything, but like it like makes the entire like trunk like move down. I don't know if that's just a my trunk's messed up kind of thing or what, but so I definitely like the wing, but you can definitely tell like the rear end of the car almost isn't wide enough for it to like look completely perfect. So this is making the stretch tires I have in the back look really dumb now, but no, I like it a lot. I think, I don't know, I definitely at some point if I would want to, well this thing's plastic, so I'll probably peel that off at some point and see what's underneath it and figure it out, because it kind of looks bad right now. And then the uprights too, do something with them. And then like the trunk just, I don't know, maybe I can try mounting them with like huge washers or something, I don't really know, to make it not flex as much. I can peel these stickers off too. So I don't really have that many more plans for the 240. There's a couple of small things that I want to do to it just to do some maintenance on it. I keep ruining tie rods. I think it's because I have the offset rack spacers. And I really want to go to like a relocated steering rack. So that's kind of the next thing I'm probably looking towards. I've been looking to see if I can buy a subframe that's had like the steering rack mounts moved, or just get mine done. We'll see about that, because that would solve so many of my problems, because every single time I go to a drift event, I go to the tech inspection, they like wiggle my wheel and they're like, this tie rod's bad. And one time they like made me change them, and they were like brand new tie rods. Like I'd probably driven like 50, 100 miles on them, and then they were like, you can't even drive like this. So I had to walk around to the drift event and find someone who had the tie rods that I needed, which was annoying. So the next drift event, I ended up bringing 2 extra tie rods. One of them was bad again. They didn't actually ask me to fix it that time because it wasn't that bad, but it was like a brand new tie rod that I put in the event before that I bought from someone. So it's kind of just a disaster, and it's so annoying because it's like right now I know the left tie rod or inner tie rod is bad. They're not like cheap tie rods either. Like they're not like OEM tie rods, but they're not like cheap. Like I used to buy like the $14 tie rods on eBay, and I've tried like a bunch of them from like parts stores and stuff, but I don't know. It seems like they're all bad. I might try like an aftermarket one. I don't know if that would solve my problems. probably is gonna be the next move. Yeah, aside from that, I really am trying to get some more seat time in the car. Like, I feel like the setup is like perfect right now. I've got the right amount of power. Everything's good. Drivetrain's good. I've kind of figured out grip and increasing air pressures, decreasing air pressures. I kind of like right at the end of the last event, I was like on it. I was like getting it so much. Like probably the most I'd learned in drifting like the entire time I've been doing. Like I made the most progress. I got so much more comfortable in the car. There's so much more I want to do, and I was like so stoked to be able to go back. And then now it's like 2 months later, and I still haven't driven the car. So hopefully we'll be back soon. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I have some stuff that I want to do to the car. I bought some toe plates, so I want to kind of do an alignment on it. Because last time I went to the actual alignment place, they like could not figure it out, and like I got an alignment, but then I had to redo the tie rods, so that kind of ruined the alignment. I just eyeballed it at the drift event. So definitely want to align the car, but I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to see you think would be interesting. Of course, let me know. Leave a comment. I really appreciate it, and of course, make sure to like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram at GeorgeGoesDrifting. And of course, stay tuned for the next one. See ya.